Hey, what's up everybody? Okay, so if you've been following along, me and Samantha got a camper this year, and it's been about a year since we got it. So in this video, we're gonna talk about the top 10 or so things we wish we knew in the first year, and kind of go over some of the things maybe you should think about in your first year of camping. Like things you don't need, things you need, and that kind of stuff. Did I touch on it all?
I think so.
All right, so we're getting to it. Here we go. I got Jack!
Oh, Jack's got one on the tree trunk.
Like this forever. I wanna stay right here with you. Wanna stay right here with you. As the rest we fall.
All right, so Samantha's gonna start us off, and she's gonna tell us from a woman's point of view what things you need and don't need. So shoot.
Okay, so we got the camper and it was stocked with a bin full of pots and pans and sheet trays and measuring cups and all kinds of stuff, which was really nice.
Came with even a bottle of wine.
Yeah, so it was nice that the lady gave us all that stuff, but it took up a lot of room in our little camper because we only have 3 storage areas underneath the couches. So go through your stuff. You really only need 1 pot, 1 pan, and 1 mixing bowl, I think, you know, for the stuff that you cook with. You don't need a sheet tray because you're in a camper. You don't have an oven.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to have a sheet tray. So I don't think you need all the measuring spoons and all that stuff. Now I do have a set of hard dishes. So we keep hard dishes and we keep throwaway dishes in the camper.
Yeah, lots of plastic forks and spoons.
Depending on where we camp at, sometimes we can wash the dishes and sometimes we can't, so we have both for both reasons, but those don't take up a lot of space.
Yeah, we just basically like went to the dollar store and got the camper its things. That way we're not taking stuff in and out of the house. We can just roll up, hook up, and go.
Yep, everything stays stored in the camper.
Yep, what's your next thing?
So my next thing is, I have a list. And Jack and I realized this before we went to our big camping trip in Tampa this year, is have a microwave.
Yeah, microwaves
Have a tiny
are clutch.
Microwave for popcorn, if you're a popcorn lover.
Warming up a soup. Melting cheese.
So we had an old microwave at the house that we thought, oh, it's small enough to go in the pop-up. So we do store the microwave in the pop-up. We like watching movies in there, so it's good for a quick dinner. You bring a bag of chili that's been in your freezer and you just warm it up in the microwave.
Throw it in the cooler when you get there, warm it up in the microwave, and then
makes it really easy.
Yeah, and then a coffee maker. You gotta have a coffee maker.
Have a coffee maker.
That is super important because it's the lifeblood of champions. Can't do without it.
That's right. And these are all electric things. We always camp where there's electricity, so if you go off the grid camping, obviously you won't be able to use this kind of stuff, but this is for just your basic electrical camping.
Yeah, and if you're worried about it flipping the breaker, what I do is I take a super long extension cord and run it out the camper and around to the electrical hookup, and that way it doesn't flip our breakers.
It's snogged up through the camper.
So we can run a toaster, a microwave, and a coffee pot all at the same time. And that brings me to the other one, is a toaster oven.
Yeah, so a friend gifted us a toaster oven that we camp with. And I thought, what are we going to use this toaster oven for? We really don't need a toaster oven in the camper, but we made cookies in the toaster oven.
Yeah, we actually made chocolate chip cookies.
If you watch the delicious.
If you watch the Vortex Springs YouTube video, we cooked chocolate chip cookies that day in the toaster oven. It actually worked.
They turned out really good too, and they didn't take forever to do.
Yeah, it was really quick.
Yep.
And that's really like the major appliances we have. They store down good inside the pop-up camper. We have an electric grill that somebody gave us too, and that one's easy if you don't want to take charcoal with you. It cooks real fast. You can do a lot of different things on. So it's just like ideas. And if you're really sporty, buy one of those little portable electric ice makers. Because like there's no ice in a lot of these places. You can't just go to the store and get ice. We actually got one of those little electric ice makers from Lowe's, and it'll make like 20 pounds a day. And if you keep it rolling, usually you can have some ice. If you're running low.
Yep. So our next thing is a space heater.
Yeah, Space heaters are clutch in the winter.
So our camper technically has heat and air. The air works phenomenal, but the heat, it doesn't like get that hot inside the camper. So we have a little space heater that we leave in the garage unless we know that it's going to be cold.
Got a helicopter coming.
You don't have to brake.
It's pretty loud. There he is. Here he comes. All right, back to the action.
So we have a little space heater that we keep in the camper.
It was a yard sale job for like $5.
Yeah, during the summer we take it out of the camper, but come fall, we're camping this weekend. It'll probably be our last camping hoorah for a little bit.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely bring the space heater because it'll get cold.
Yeah,
for
so
us.
like that's one you definitely need the extension cord running around because it'll trip your breaker on your pop-up camper if you're running the wall heater and the air conditioner, or vice versa, lights and all your microwave. You got to have it plugged externally.
The last like must-haves that I have written down is keep perishable foods in the camper. So things that you don't have to pack up every time.
Non-perishable.
Or non-perishable foods. Keep non-perishable foods in the camper.
Yeah, you don't want ants. You don't want like mold and mildew.
Yeah, so we keep coffee in the camper just so I don't forget the coffee, which I did before.
Yeah.
So now we always have coffee in the camper. Canned goods, some chips that are unopened. Once the bag gets open, don't leave it in the camper.
Yeah.
Just some of those little things, snack items that you can leave in there and you don't have to take back and forth.
Yeah. And from a guy's standpoint, always make sure you got a little set of tools, just a little set of tools. Check all the electrical stuff like prior to or at the end of the year. Like I just replaced the plug on ours, a little 30 amp plug. It basically got to where it would trip the breakers in the camper. Like the prongs got, they would overheat, they were loose, and I think they were kind of shorting a little bit, and it would get super hot. So I replaced that. I made sure the breakers are working fine because the little fan inside your little electrical converter thing will, if it's not working, it'll make it heat up and flip the breakers. I'll check the outlets because sometimes, water gets into this thing and it's basically like a humidified box when it's closed, and it will, get to your electrical outlets. Lube everything. And check your tires. Like I just went ahead and replaced both tires on ours because we were coming back from camping one day and I stopped and all the tread was going on the tire.
Yeah.
And but it wasn't flat, so we were close to home, rolled it home. It still was holding air, but like the entire tread had ripped off of it. These things only last 3 or 4 years. They're not real expensive, so just go ahead and change them, or you will be stopping on the side of the road. That's promise. Like you will pop them.
Yeah, we've had some eventful camping trips where I sat on the pullouts and to get something, and Jack had already taken the supports out from under the bed. So our what do you call it? The slide.
Yeah, it bent. Yeah.
So luckily we had a set of tools because we could not close the camper with the slide bent, so we had to take off the slide of the bed.
It would have been tough to come home with an open
pop-up. And put it back
pop-up.
together was a nightmare, so always have tools for sure, because things are going to happen.
Yep. So that's like really a synopsis. I can't really think of anything else,
And tell them about the AC.
Oh yeah, make sure your drip pan inside your AC is clean. I did a video on that because it'll start dripping to the ceiling. They have real fine pinholes in them that drain because it drains down the top of your RV or of your pop-up, and it will wind up dripping inside. So you don't want to go camping on a hot day and all of a sudden it's dripping. So
yeah, we did that.
Yeah, it was like a couple of wasps had clogged it up. So
it was terrible.
Yeah.
That was not nice that day.
But that's really like the big things I think we've replaced. And the crank on ours has wallowed out. For some reason they installed a screw in there that kept you from inserting the crank all the way in, and over time, instead of doing it centrifugally, you're kind of doing it like wobble style, and it is, gotten really kind of round it out. So,
Yeah, so Jack took that screw out today, so
Yeah.
we'll see if that
Hopefully we
screw was
make it.
important.
I'm just
you
gonna
don't
wedge-
just take a screw out of something.
I'm just
and-
gonna wedge a screwdriver in there and just keep turning it.
Yeah, so hopefully that won't be another don't do this video.
Yeah, I like do this videos because, hey, that's how we learn. You know, sometimes you
Yeah.
gotta fly by the seat of your pants.
One last don't do this is don't plug the camper in
yeah.
to the outlet at the campsite before you unplug it from the
Yeah,
truck.
she likes to double hook them up, and
Yeah,
you know,
and it
it's no bueno on
can-
your truck.
blow the battery out.
You can blow something.
Ours did not blow
It didn't
anything,
blow, but don't
I
do it.
got fussed at.
Yeah, it flipped the breakers inside the camper, which was a good thing.
Yeah.
But that's really all we
Yeah.
got, guys. That's like the top things of our adventures this year. I know we didn't get to film a lot of them, but we filmed a couple of them, and you know, it was kind of our getaway. And it's been an enjoyable time. You know, another thing is the awning. That was an important thing.
Yeah.
Once we figured out the awning, but I had to just throw that one in there. But that was really that's really everything. So comment down below if you've got something we missed on that we should check, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Share. We'll see you later.